Hey guys, and welcome to the third video in this tutorial series. Today we're going to be covering conditional statements and while loops. So let's create another script, save it. I'm going to call it video 3. Okay. And it's always a good idea to comment up your code, and I'm doing so with this %sign. Now this is, it's always a good idea because it just makes it easier for someone who's reading your code to understand what's going on without them having to understand what the functions necessarily are doing. Okay, so today I'd like to introduce you guys to if statements and to while loops. Okay. So an if statement is just a way of checking whether a condition is true. You have a bunch of code that we embed inside an if statement, and in that way that code's only ever run if a certain condition is met. So the syntax for an if statement is like so. So if this thing over here evaluates to be true, then we do something. Otherwise, this entire piece of code block is just skipped. Okay, so to give you an example, let's say I'm going to 7-Eleven and reach in my pocket and I find some spare coin. Let's say I found $4.20. So I found $4.20, and donuts cost $1.99. Okay, so what I'm asking myself in my head is the cost of the donut less than the amount of money that I've got in my pocket? And if it is so, then I'm going to buy it. So I'm going to have what I previously had minus the cost of the donut. And then I'm going to eat the donut. Let's say that we're going to... Okay, so we're going to use this function to display this string to the command window. And if you're ever curious what a function does, you can consult MATLAB's manual using this help command. So help and this. And if we have a look over here, it just displays an array to the command window. Okay, and I'll just show you that this is an array. So if we have a look at my string over here, you see that it's 1 row, 15 columns. So that means that there's 15 characters inside this string. Spaces count as an element as well. So we can actually index this string as well. So let's say we want to grab the 5th element. You can see there was an M. Okay. Okay, and then I've just created this function that plays a GIF. Okay, so what's gonna happen? We found some money in our pocket. We want to buy a donut. We're gonna check, do we have enough money to buy the donut? If so, I'm gonna pay for the donut. And then I'm going to eat the donut. I don't normally necessarily always do it in that order, but here we are. So here we go. We have $4.20, and then the donut's only $1.99. So I pay for the donut, and then I enjoy the donut. There we go. So that's how if statements work. We only run a set of code if a condition is met. Let's say, for example, I only had $1.20 in my pocket. I would then have not had enough money for the donut, and so I don't eat the donut. So we can create this else condition. So if I've got enough money, then I buy the donut and I eat it. Otherwise, There you go. I don't have enough money for the donut. Okay, so that's an if statement, and we can add these else conditions. Okay, so while loops are a way for us to perform a set of code until a condition has become false. So we keep performing the set of code until the condition is no longer true. Okay, so a while loop looks like so. So let's say I reached in my other pocket and I found some more money. So I had what I previously had, plus I found an extra $3.20. Okay, and so now I'm going to ask the exact same question. Is the cost of the donut less than the amount of pocket money that I've got? And if so, I'm going to eat the donut. I'm going to buy the donut and I'm going to eat it until I no longer have enough money in my pocket in order to buy donuts. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to comment this piece of code out for now because I don't want it to run. So you can do so on Mac with man / and then on Windows, Control R. There you go, so I've got my first amount of pocket money, the cost of the donut. I then have some more money after reaching in my other pocket. I buy one donut, buy another donut, but I've only got very little money left afterwards, and so I'm not able to buy another donut. And that's a while loop. Thanks, guys.